The Vikings, over the weekend, made a trade that included moving up to pick 23 in the draft, which was the Houston Texans, who moved back to the Vikings' second-round pick this year, and they get the second-round pick next year. Everybody has the same conclusion. Minnesota does not move up if they are not going to try to move further up and package pick number 11, plus pick number 23, plus some more to get up into probably the top 5 to take a quarterback. That is the trade that I proposed in my mini mock draft, which had the Chargers going back from 5 to 11. The Vikings come up at the cost of those 2 first-round picks this year and a first-round pick next year, and they take JJ McCarthy. Mel, there is a lot of evidence that doing this sort of trade can be risky inherently because of the freight that you are paying for it. We saw it last year with the Carolina Panthers and Bryce Young. Would you make this move if you were the Minnesota Vikings?
When you're on the clock, that's when that deal would have to be made. Because if you make it early, you don't know if he'll even be there because Arizona could deal out and you could end up with no quarterback. So you have to wait on this. I think it's too high. I think it's overdrafting of JJ. I get the excitement. I get the fact there's a feeding frenzy right now in the league for quarterbacks. And JJ's the red-hot guy, right? He's the guy everybody says, boy, he's going to be really special in the NFL. He's going to be great, even though he didn't have to carry that team. He wasn't asked to. Every time he was asked to do something, he did it really well. He's a great leader. He's a great competitor. He's a great athlete. He can make all the throws. That, hey, well, Jim Harbaugh was right. He's the best player in this draft. He deserves to be right up there with Caleb Williams. People are buying into that a little bit more now. I'm not. I have him still in that 21 to 23 range on the big board. Trust your ratings. Trust how you graded the players during the year. Prevents you and protects you from overdrafting. I think he will be pushed up. I just think this trade cannot be made now because you cannot guarantee that JJ will be there at 5 if you're the Vikings. Yeah. Maybe Arizona moves out of 4. Right? So that's why I'm going to be interested in what New England does. If they don't love Drake May and they don't love JJ McCarthy, then they could move out, obviously, and let Minnesota go into that spot. Yeah. Denver doesn't have the ammunition necessary to move up to get that quarterback, even though they may want one. So it'll be interesting to see how far up Minnesota can go. But at 5, you're not guaranteed anything, Field.
Yeah, I think that at the very least, though, Minnesota is already having the conversations internally and perhaps with the teams at 3 and 4 and 5, right? The Patriots at 3. Also the Arizona Cardinals at 4, and then the Chargers at 5. And by the way, the Chargers, I would think, will be motivated to accumulate extra picks because they're sort of resetting the direction of their franchise under Jim Harbaugh and Joe Ortiz. And while it is a big, big cost, they've already paid a legitimate cost to move up from the second round to pick number 23 in that trade with Houston, Mel. I will say this. I don't know if JJ McCarthy has the goods to be a guaranteed starter, high-level starter, let me be clear, at the NFL level. I do believe that it's not a bad situation for whoever the Vikings start at quarterback this year, right? With Justin Jefferson and when TJ Hawkinson returns from his injury, plus Jordan Addison, plus Aaron Jones, plus 2 excellent offensive tackles. In terms of landing spots for a young quarterback, whether that's Sam Darnold, who's still only 26, or a rookie quarterback, not the worst place for one of these players to land to have their home, especially with a head coach in Kevin O'Connell, very, very good in his right as well.
And one thing here, you keep hearing Minnesota with Drake May. Minnesota, Drake May. Well, if New England doesn't love Drake May, they'd allow Minnesota to go up to 3 and get Drake May. So it's going to be interesting to see. You would think when they made that trade Field, they would have a dance partner ready to make a deal with to get up in that 3-4 spot to get that quarterback. So we'll see how that all plays out.
Drake May's high school coach, quarterback coach, was, of course, Josh McCown, who is now the Vikings quarterback coach. More first draft in just a moment.